Churi to kindly do the honors.
About why and how Pawan became and was chosen as the chairperson. Especially for the students who are sitting up there and for the young members of IIID Amaravati Center, which is formally going to be announced. It is a very interesting story that you should carefully listen to. All these efforts of forming this center at Amaravati started about 4.5 years back, when I was heading the Hyderabad chapter of IIID. We had just launched the Visakhapatnam Center, Vizag Center, what we call it, and I was looking at, in fact, we were looking to start the process of starting a new center at Vijayawada. Then Amaravati was not in the picture. But before we could do some concrete work, my tenure ended and then Ravi took over. Ravi Anchuri, as you know, is always ever smiling and the encyclopedia of IIT, as we call him fondly. He then, along with Aparna and our senior architect and past chairperson Yashwant Ramamurthy, did a lot of groundwork, coming number of times here, meeting number of architects, and finding out ways in what ways we can start the center. But still nothing could move forward in the real sense. In between we had this division of states and new Amaravati Center, new Amaravati capital was announced. And around that time only I was inducted in the National Executive Committee and I got the portfolio of starting new centers, formation of new centers. That was something which I really liked. And at the same time, or little before that, thanks to our Hyderabad chapter chairperson Sona Chetwani, she inducted Pawan in the committee. About 4 years back, I met Pawan in a friend's place. At the same time, I thought he looks to be a born leader. If he was from Amaravati, probably, from Vijayawada, probably we could have requested him to become the leader. And to my surprise, he told me that, yes sir, I am from Amaravati, Vijayawada, my native is Vijayawada, and I practice in Vijayawada, I have an office there, my father is a very well established architect there. Looking at Pawan, as Jabin was telling, he looks very boyish, but behind this boyish look, but and a handsome personality, there is a very matured and calm and a composed figure, which many people are not aware. Pawan is a born leader. He knows how to lead, he knows how to manage things. What he needed was little guidance, which under the leadership of Sona, Hyderabad committee provided him. He was groomed and trained in a very well manner. He had all the guidance of Ravi, Aparna, Yashwant sir, Guru, and of course I was there whenever required. So in 2 years' time, Pawan got a lot of training in how to manage the chapter's accounts, how to manage the chapter's events, how to manage members and how to run the committee meetings. So in a way, Pawan is not new to be the leader of this new center. He has already been groomed, he has already been trained, and he has already conducted a number of events here before this center is formally declared. About that, Aparna will brief you a little more. I don't want to take much more time of you. Just want to congratulate young and handsome. Where is Pawan? He's sitting there. Young and handsome, and as Jabin mentioned, Pawan has to take a Bhishma Pratigya today, that he will be a role model, not only as a person, not only as his dynamic personality, but as the chairperson, first founder chairperson of this youngest center, which is, I call, a new generation center, which is going to be very young and dynamic and vibrant. And very soon he has promised that he will make it as a chapter by inducting 150 good, solid, committed and dedicated members. Over to you.
Thank you, Shankar sir. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to our President, Pratap Jadhav, our Secretary, Architect Jabin Zakarias, our Treasurer, Aruleji, and the EC members, and All my team members from Hyderabad, thank you for coming in so much numbers. I think all of you deserve a clap beating the heat. Thank you all of you for coming here.
Not here, but I'll say thank you on his behalf. May I call on stage our President, Mr. Pratap Jadhav, to share his thoughts on this momentous occasion. He started his journey in 1994 and went on to become...
I'm so happy to be here with a new center and carrying a new look, which many of you have declined to accept, including the Honorary Secretary whose life I have messed up. That's what she says. For any organization, the growth is something that we are looking forward to. But a healthy growth is something that we look forward for IIIT. As we have seen in the past, we grew from 9 to 19 within a span of 2 years. And we are still trying to maintain and bring up those centers which were built then. We not only have grown in numbers, and we would not want to do that. We would want to have a healthy growth for this organization, which we all will be proud of. I must congratulate and thank Shantanu to get this second baby in the span of 2.5 years to IIIT. The first being Chandigarh and the second being Amaravati. I know there has been a lot of to and fro forms going in and coming out, and several meetings that happened before this center took charge. And I appreciate your approach, Shantanu, that you wanted to have an ideal center coming up. And I'm sure with the kind of arrangements since yesterday that I have seen, with the kind of hard work that people are putting in here, with the sincerity with which each member, including the incoming chairman, is working. The message that was sent to me early morning yesterday talks volumes about the incoming leader for Amaravati. It's a very small thing, but a detailed message till the time we board the plane tomorrow morning to Mumbai was sent to me early morning yesterday before I could arrive here. So I knew what was coming in. And I became so confident and proud that I am visiting a center which is going to be one of the most happening centers for IIIT. The venue today, the visit to the craft village in the morning, the orientation meeting yesterday with the managing committee, the incoming managing committee for Amaravati, and the sincerity with which everybody attended and participated and gain the knowledge about the organization. It all speaks volumes, and also the performance just now. Wonderful performance. I believe this is one of the best dance performances I have seen in the recent past. Wonderful. I think hats off to Mrs. here. This round of applause is for you. It was a wonderful performance and really touched and so very well presented. These are sowing seeds of value. These are sowing seeds of culture that we build up. And that is the reason why, Owen, I feel that the future is great. You are certainly going to take this center to a different level, to a different height, and setting up example for others to follow. IIIT in the last few years is growing leaps and bounds in terms of its programs, in terms of its activities, in terms of how we dream what we want to be, where we want to take it, and where we have reached. We never thought when we took charge that we'll be able to do something substantial by the time we give charge and reins to the next tenure or the next leader to take charge. Because in the circumstances in which we began, had all the doubts in the minds of each one of us, including myself. I must thank those trade partners who supported us for this biggest ever national convention that IIID ever had, with 2,052 delegates, 18 speakers from across the world deliberating on the social cause of taking design to the masses.
Today, we are about to present to you a journey of Amaravati right from the beginning of the era, that is the Vedic period, to the current time. Sit back and relax while we take you through a journey which is rich in culture.
joined today to witness an important milestone in the history of Tripline. Today, those who require it, and above all, a medium for interacting and sharing best practices. All this with just one solitary aim: to make better professionals. You will agree with me that any profession is distinguished by the quality of its practitioners, and profession thrives when we leave something of value for those who follow in our footsteps. Indeed, like a soldier or a doctor, our profession is no less noble as it answers one of the basic needs of the society. It is therefore this record of contribution to society that makes our profession profoundly important. The contribution of IIID towards acting as a conduit between design and professionals, and trade, and our responsibilities towards users, vendors, artisans and society cannot be overemphasized. But there is still a long way to go. So we need to nurture and identify youngsters who will take it to the next level. For this, we need to instill in them the basics. We want our young designers to know all the systems of a building, from electrical to air conditioning, from lighting and aesthetics, from something as basic as plumbing or kitchen to high-tech world of IT networking. We want you to emerge as the best. Unfortunate as it may be, many graduates in our profession remain an illiterate lot of sweet talkers. They cannot write professional letters or papers, minutes of the meeting, site reports and project proposals. We propose a writing course that will enable them to do so. But that is just one of the many initiatives we envisage. To the students of design, I would like to say that we stand at a critical point in the evolution of design education, and I hope that with the support of working professionals, we'll be able to help deplete the army of unemployable misfits. Our agenda is simple and single. We, the IIID Amaravati, are the mentors for every individual of design, from the grassroots levels of education, practice and beyond. The trade members play a very important role in the projects that designers imagine. To foster a healthy relationships of give and take, we hope to have experts from companies of trade to give us talks and technical sessions and interact regularly with us. We also propose to periodically organize a Hastakala Utsavam, an event that will showcase the artisans and bring all stakeholders on one platform. This, my fellow designers, is just the beginning of taking traditional crafts to another level. Finally, I pledge and I promise once again to the design fraternity of my Navi Andhra Pradesh that I will render the best of services. I will mold the center to the likes of the dreamers and well-wishers of the new capital. My team and I seek your blessings and best wishes. Thank you all. Thank you for this evening.
Pawan, we need you back, please. Pawan, we need you back. You've been a wonderful audience, but we're going to take some more time. This part of the event is important for us. We'd like to felicitate all our guests who are here with us today. Can we start with Mr. Pratap Jadhav, please? Architect Jabbin Zakriyas.
I feel honored to be delivering the vote of thanks to all those who have made this event possible. I would especially like to thank the President, Mr. Pratap Jadhav, Honorable Secretary Jabin Zakaria, Mr. Samir Joshi, Mr. Subhash Chandra Arole, Mr. Rajiv Sate, EC Member Architect Shantanu Chowdhury, Mr. Jignesh Modi, and our gratitude to Architect Yashwant Ramurthy for being a mentor to us. This event could not have been possible without the support of the Hyderabad chapter. Past chairperson, Mr. Ravi, Architect Ravi Anchuri.
సింగిల్ ఆపరేషన్ తీసుకొచ్చాము ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏఐఐడి విజయవాడలో అమరావతి చాప్టర్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాము. ఈ చాప్టర్కి అక్రాస్ ఇండియా నుంచి మిగతా చాప్టర్స్ కౌన్సిలర్స్ మెంబర్స్ అనాలిసిస్ చైర్పర్సన్స్ సో ఇది స్టార్ట్ చేయడానికి ముఖ్యమైన కారణం ఏంటంటే ఇంటీరియర్ డిజైనింగ్ అనే అవేర్నెస్ తీసుకొచ్చి దీన్ని మాస్టర్స్ దాకా తీసుకెళ్దామనే ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ చాప్టర్ అమరావతిలో స్టార్ట్ చేశాము. దీనికి ముఖ్యంగా ఏంటంటే స్టూడెంట్స్ని అకాడమీ